Hello, Virgo. My name is Paul, and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. And this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you need me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Right? And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that. Very nice fire energy, 8 of Wands. A little bit of Mercury in Sagittarius. I feel like you've got a lot of courage, a lot of ambition right now, right? I feel like you have so many different interests. You have this impulse, this will, this enthusiasm to just go in every single direction at once, right? Let's put this into some context. This is very, very good energy. But let's see. Got some 3s going. Do you have some challenging swords energy here? Interesting. Okay. Well, maybe, yeah, see, with these, we're going to have to do a lot of these affirmation cards today. I feel like you might just need a little bit of encouragement. But I feel with the 3, we have the 7 and an 8, but we got the 3, we got the 3. I feel like maybe you're able to see some patterns here in your life, especially with the 3 of Swords. This is kind of about our personal history. This is about our memories. This is about kind of the understanding, the recapitulation, the integration of a lot of our past stuff, right? Pain, sorrow, heartbreak, kind of the bad stuff that we've been through in our life. I wonder if you're beginning to see a pattern in that. And that might be kind of a breakthrough feeling that is really taking away a lot of this restrictive air energy and giving you this feeling of ambition, right? Maybe it is through this assessment, this integration of your experiences that's empowering you rather than all of this air energy holding you back. Maybe it's giving you a lot of fire. Let's finish up here. Oh yeah, we see a lot of good stuff over here. The Eon, Princess of Discs, 9 of Discs. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one card randomly from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're just going to set this here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mark Ripley right there on top. Yes, that is their full legal name. But we're not going to look at that card until the very end. Okay. Hopefully it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. But we're doing something a little different on this channel. If at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that card is, I want you to type it into the comment section. Okay? I'm trying to see if we can collectively raise our vibrations, if we can collectively tap into spirit, into source, invoke our own intuition, and start discerning that mystery card together. Yeah. But first, what do we have for Major Arcana? We have only the Eon card, right? We have only the Eon card, and this is going to be the central key of the whole reading. This is the spiritual energy that we have right now. This is pure fire. This is a doorway to a future, and it's, usually I'd say on the other side of this doorway, we're not really exactly sure what to expect. Okay? But I feel like right through that doorway is infinite abundance. This is like, on the other side of this doorway, it's like you don't know that it's over there. It's kind of the abundance, it's kind of the rewards that you really didn't see coming. You weren't really expecting this. This is pretty cool. I feel like this is a very big decision that you're going to be making. It could be some financial decisions. It seems like it's a good time for you to really finalize something. This is always the Eon card, kind of jumping around a little bit, but the Eon card is always a very good card for making the final decision. Go through that doorway from which you can never return, right? Go through it, shut the door, lock the door, deadbolt, and that little chain thing. Do it and don't look back. Because on the other side of it are all of these rewards, all of this abundance. It seems like right now you may not be aware that this is on the other side. It's kind of, it's hard for humans to see the future. I don't know if you knew that. It's not always easy to see what the results of our decisions will be. But I think you're ready. I think you've done a lot of this introspective work, a lot of this swords work, And for those swords right now, we're going to just do one affirmation card, the language of flowers. And let's see what it has for us. The bluebell, gratitude. Be thankful for what is good now. Yeah, that's beautiful energy. That's really something else. Be thankful for what is good now. See, we've got a 3 of swords. I don't think we really ever look at a 3 of swords and say, well, I'm thankful for all the nastiness I've been through in my life. But we have a 3 of cups right underneath it. Maybe within you, this is that gratitude that we need to invoke. With the advice from the bluebell here, very beautiful flower. Maybe this is saying the way that we can get this ambition, the 8 of wands here. I don't even know where to start sometimes. This 8 of swords is, I think, an incoming energy. I think we unleash it by kind of working backwards, right? We, instead of letting our history hold us back, weigh us down as kind of an anchor, this is us reliving past experiences, re-traumatizing ourselves, okay? Instead of that, let's get out of this pattern, this cycle of swords energies. The 3, the memory of trauma re-traumatizes us and weighs us down, locks us up. The 8 of swords is kind of that prison. It's that self-sabotage. It is that inability to move. We're stuck in place, right? And we start wondering why. We start thinking about these things again, and it's kind of like another active assault on ourselves. And then I don't mean this to be a trigger warning or anything, but this is a pattern that we all can fall into. Whatever our experiences are, whoever we are, wherever we come from. This is common to the human condition, unfortunately. Right? But to get this 8 of wands, the 8 of wands is this ambition, this feeling like you can do a million things at once. It's like we've got this superpower suddenly, And this is the superpower we need to make this decision and get this unexpected reward, right? But I think to get there, we do maybe need gratitude. Be thankful for what is good now, right? Let's be thankful for what we have in our lives, and I know it's hard with all of this air energy. We've got to try to get out of this pattern, and I think that you're in a position now where you're feeling courageous. You're feeling like you want to expand. You want to make these decisions, and you want to make these big changes in your life and really grow and develop and just soar, right? The only thing we can really do is not necessarily forget. I'm not saying that we have to forgive or forget. I'm saying we have to focus on what is good now. Be thankful for what is good now. Be kind to ourselves and to others. I think it's very difficult, and I don't like having this kind of energy in a reading. I feel like it comes up every now and again, and we have to talk about it. I don't sweep this stuff under the rug. Some readers, I'm not going to point any fingers, but some readers will tell you what you want to hear. Some readers will, I think some people have a tendency to be inauthentic. And it's something we're all struggling with. We're all working to be honest and authentic and really be ourselves and communicate our intentions and our will and our love, our spirit effectively, right? I do see a lot of readers that I think are misleading people. And that's not what this reading is about, but my point is that I'm not going to ignore this kind of energy. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. But it's not doom and gloom either. This is a pretty common pattern for humans. Right? It's a pretty common thing. And really the only way to get to this fire energy is with a little bit of water, right? Because what does the fire and the water together kind of make the air, the steam, they get this stuff kind of distilling, right? They get it evaporating, it's able to volatilize and kind of move on. This is really heavy, stagnant air energy. This is lingering. This is kind of a heavy fog that is, we're unable to see, we're unable to move through it. Okay, so if we try to bring in a little bit of water energy now, what I started to say with the water energy, it's not about forgiveness, it's not about loving your enemies or nothing like that, right? It's not about making amends, it's not about, forgiveness or acceptance or nothing. This is about loving yourself. This is about you being real with yourself and saying, is what I'm doing, is the way I'm living now good for me or not? Right? Is it helping me get to my creative ambition, my just this courage to expand and branch out and reach out and grow and blossom? Or is this situation holding me back? Well, it seems like this is a pattern that we're repeating, and it does keep us from making this decision. Maybe this decision is related to this air energy, I don't know. But we have to start by being kind to ourselves. This is Mercury in Cancer. This is the way that we are. This is about gratitude, right? About expressing your love, abundance, compassion. And yes, we should, right? We should be kind to strangers, to our loved ones especially, but to ourselves as well. Okay? And Three of Cups, usually we talk about it like, go out and be of service to people, do kind things for others, smile at a stranger, right? Do whatever you can in your life to build up this feeling of love. When you smile at a stranger, it feels good, doesn't it? When you do a nice deed, when you hold the door for somebody, or you help someone carry something, or you just say hello to somebody that is just kind of walking down the street and they're just looking kind of down. It just generates a little bit of love in the world. And yeah, these might be simple, silly examples, but I'm sure you could come up with a lot of other examples, But I think this is what we need in order to really spark this fire energy. Because really I didn't really go through the elements that we have, but we don't have a lot of other fire in the reading. We have this fire that's kind of the spark, and I think it connects with this fire energy, right? This is the only water that we have, okay? Everything else is air, 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 and air, a lot of air. Thankfully, we end with the Four of Swords, and this is showing that we get some peace, we get some mental kind of relaxation, right? Things are resolved. Now, with the Swords energy, what I started to say was we don't ever forget. This is not a situation where we sweep all of the air, all of the swords off the table. You're never going to forget anything, and that's okay. We don't want to forget. We want to remember, but we want to remember in a way that is going to be generating love rather than generating more pain. Okay? We can't forget our past. We can try to, we're going to carry these experiences with us forever. Okay? But we have to do so in a way where they empower us rather than keep us locked in. Because the Eight of Swords is kind of like a mental prison that we get stuck in. We're overthinking, overanalyzing. We're kind of stuck in our head about it. And I think what we're stuck in our head about are these memories. And by doing that, we are doing ourselves a disservice. We're unable to kind of stay in any kind of focused energy. Well, the Three of Cups is down here within you. I think this is where it needs to be. We need to do kind things for ourselves to get us out of this, and then maybe we can start expanding that out to the other life forms in the world, right? Be kind to ourselves first, and be kind to others. It's kind of like, what they say in planes and stuff, where you've got to put your own oxygen mask on first. Then you can help others, right? We can't help other people if we're still in all of this Swords energy. All we're going to be doing is giving them, we're going to be projecting that Swords energy out. So this is the Prince of Swords. This is air and air. It's kind of a clear air, right? That we're able to now, if we can clear this air energy out from our spirit, then we can fully express our Three of Cups within, out into the world, right? And that really, that's a pretty good relationship for the world, right? That's a pretty good deal there. But again, we're not getting rid of the air energy. We're just trying to kind of purify it so that it doesn't hinder us from our relationship with the world, but also from this big decision that we're going to be making, or this big life change, or this big energetic doorway. Right? And it could maybe not be anything specific. It might just be saying that, look, if we get out of this air energy, we get this spark, we're going to want to go in a million directions. Maybe this is not one door, but several doors. Right? Maybe you have really, really big plans. I feel like you do. I feel like there's a lot of things you want to accomplish. And making the decision to do this leads you right to this Princess of Pentacles. Right there. And this is real abundance. It's really, and this is the position of your relationships. This is the position of your environment, and this is the position of timing. It's all of these things. It's time for you to reap the rewards for all of the work that you've been doing. And I think that this is the reward that you didn't even see coming. Right? Maybe because there's a Nine of Pentacles here too. This is kind of what we don't want. This is maybe the card that's hidden from us, or our fear, worry, and concern. It might be that through this doorway, we know there's a lot of potential. We know it's time for us to start fulfilling our potential, but maybe we're worried that we're not going to be that good at it, that it's not going to amount to much, right? And they always say everyone should fulfill their potential. Well, what if my potential is just a little tiny bit? Then what's the point, right? And this is the fear of that, I think. This is that fear, but I think you're going to be very surprised, right? The Nine of Pentacles is a lot of abundance. It's a generation of abundance. It just keeps coming, right? It's the measurable progress. It's like you're eventually going to have to get one of those little money counting machines, because it's going to be too hard to count it by hand. It just keeps coming. It's piling up. We've got to do something about it, right? And that's a good worry to have. What am I going to do when there's so much cash that I can't count it all? Well, when in Breaking Bad, what they do, they put it on pallets and then they weighed it, I think. That's how he had to count all of his money, Walter White. That's such a great show. Not that you're Walter White, but that's, I think, a good example of somebody that took what is a difficult experience, a difficult situation, and I know it doesn't really have a happy ending, no spoiler alerts here, but just in this little part of it, he turned something that was kind of negative and restricting into a opportunity, into a grand opportunity. Now he squandered it and whatever, and it maybe didn't really, whatever. Bad analogy. But I think that this card really is showing unexpected rewards, right? That you didn't think it was going to be this successful, but it will be. It will be, but we have to make this decision. We have to invoke this fire energy. We need this spark. And the only way to get that spark, I think, is to get a handle on some of this air energy that we see here. And I think we do that. We've got this 4. This is kind of a settling down of things. This is us now able to focus. Now, we're not done with the air energy. The work is never done with our own psyche, our own psychological makeup, and our stuff like that. But we've gotten a handle on it now. We're not at odds with this. It's not holding us back. It's empowering us. And I think that's what the 4 of Swords is about. The key word for this card is truce. It's not, the war isn't over. We don't have a treaty yet, but there's a truce here. We're not going to attack each other. And I think that's kind of that's sometimes the most we can ask, right? Let's just not fight, okay? And I think you'll see that just this kind of a ceasefire is allowing this ambition to grow in you, to really come forth, right? That's how powerful this is, that just a little bit of just a small window of opportunity, and bang, there it is. Okay? You've got a lot of potential here. Let's check out this mystery card now. This is the point of the reading where I ask you to try to connect directly with these cards, with these energies. Let's discern this mystery card together. Let's use our intuition. Let's raise our vibrations collectively as a community. Okay? Gosh, what do I think it's going to be? I don't know, kind of stuck here. I don't think it's going to be, I want to say Hermit because that's your power card, and I get to ring the bell. But I don't feel like it's going to be a Hermit card. I feel maybe some more water energy. So we don't have much. Maybe the 3 is going to double into a 6, right? Showing the kind of relationship that we have, not only with ourselves, but with the world. One of love, one of reciprocating affection and kindness, harmony, right? Very supportive. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to go ahead and say it's a 6 of Cups. Oh, it's not a 6 of Cups. It's another 9 of Pentacles. This is kind of saying, hey, surprise. These are the rewards that you didn't even see coming. This is the potential that you didn't even know you had. This is like suddenly one day you wake up and I'm successful, right? I don't know how I got here, but I'm here now. It's like we've been instantly transported to our best life. This is you living your best life, right? You've got your pets, you've got your plants, you've got your people. They're around there somewhere. It's like suddenly you find yourself in a whole new time and space, right? And all it takes is some kindness to ourselves, some gratitude for ourselves, and a little window of opportunity for our creative ambition to start firing up, right? The engine's firing up, and to make these courageous decisions. I think these two cards together, this is some courage here, right? This is some courage. And you know, we have the Nine of Pentacles. I think it's also a very good time for you to make financial decisions, right? But first, deal with this. This might lead to bad financial decisions. But if we get this fire energy sparked, I think it's a very good time to make important financial, physical realm, material realm decisions. Okay? Take care of business. This is the energy that is going to allow you to make these kinds of business decisions. Now, this might not be a career thing or a work thing. Whatever it is, you're coming into this Eight of Wands energy that is going to allow you to make very important decisions right now. Okay? A very good time for this. So I want to thank you for being here. We're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. New Virgo readings every Tuesday and Saturday. I want to thank you for watching this video all the way through until the end. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, hit the like button. All of that, very appreciated. Okay. And Virgo, I want you to remember that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.